human, and welcome to yet another daily pick-me-up message. Before we get into these beautiful cards to have a look at what God, Universe, Spirit wants us to know at this point in time, whenever you happen to watch this right here, right now, there's one smaller message that Spirit wants to convey before we get to have fun with the cards. And first of all, if you watched yesterday's video, how are you feeling? I genuinely lit a fire under your ass, huh? But that was just Spirit and our guides coming through because I needed to hear that message just as much, okay? So don't fret, we're in this together, but yeah, feel free to let me know how you're feeling now after watching it. Have you already noticed certain things popping up in your consciousness and your awareness that you're meant to look at? Because I told you, it's highly activating. And if you haven't seen that video, you have to watch it. Genuinely, you have to watch it. It's the most powerful channel I received ever since I started this journey, this YouTube channel. Okay, so just putting it out there. If you feel called, watch it. Okay. And if you click on this video, the title is really something, huh? But this is truly what I notice in my personal life, and that's the collective energy that I'm tapping into with those of us that are we've done it. The merge is complete. We are our highest self. What the heck? Who let us do that? No, but it worked. We've done the work, we've gotten the activations, and the integration is basically done. So now that we're settled in within our highest self, in a sense that higher consciousness that we're now accessing all the time and living in and existing in, the 3D, human made up world that has always been considered very dense and heavy, we're floating over this. And this will, I talked about this disconnect that we've been feeling for a while, because first it was the more on a mental, emotional, spiritual level, if you will, in a sense that our perception of reality completely changed and the way that we relate to reality. So it honestly feels you're just an observer, very passive, know exactly what is going on where, who is in need of what, and you do not get riled up anymore. You're completely at a point where you have fully embodied peace of mind. 0 point field, I talked about it, a point of neutrality. From which you obviously, in that moment, peace of mind, stillness, your connection to the divine, to spirit, your guides, is so open, your channel is so open that whatever, and this is very much linked to what I said yesterday, whatever is coming through now, the clarity that you're gaining now, trust that this is exactly what you're meant to go after now. So honestly, this feels like a cheat code. It's so ridiculously easy. At this point, it's you're getting a download, you're sitting with it, integrating it, okay, taking aligned action, coming back to a place of, okay, I've done it, resting, integrating, waiting for the next download to come, move again. And this is also the energy, because yesterday I was so fired up, right? I had so much energy. Ask me how I'm doing today. I will tell you gladly. It feels the channel yesterday sucked the energy out of me, and today it's hermit mode again, integration time, chilling, balancing, me time, just focusing on myself. Because, and this is what the message, the main message is that Spirit wants to share with you, with me, with the collective. It's the newfound sense of how you perceive the world, the upgrades that happen on a spiritual, mental, emotional body. You will, and you've already probably noticed it, also see changes now reflected in your physical vessel. And that when I first made the connection, it tripped me out so much, because I was okay, so I understand the concepts of us going through massive light activations, in a sense that our carbon-based body very like sturdy and dense and just like not really moving, is being upgraded into like a crystalline body that is able to vibrate at this 5D frequency. But it did not really sink into like my awareness what that actually means. Like, do we feel it on the physical body? And spirit is saying, and our guides are saying yes. And I can also attest to that, because let me know if you experience that yourself. You look different. I know it's like, because you're looking in the mirror every single day, so it might be like, am I making this up, or is something different? And I swear this will sound maybe a bit weird, but I've never looked better in my life. And I'm saying that like so confidently, because like everything, like my skin, my hair, like my skin has never been so clear. It's like baby soft. Without me even having to like hydrate my skin. Like usually I have like super dry skin. Not at all, not a problem at all. My bone structure, like the way that like my proportions of my face are like changing. There's also like weight loss happening, which I'm not too happy about actually, because I've always been like very slim. So I actually gotten like very scared when I realized like, what the heck, like where did the weight go? Because it felt like from one moment to the other, it just like dropped. And you're like, what? But this is like just a representation of the timeline shift. It's just, usually it's not that drastic, like the differences. So we're not really able to pick up on it because we're timeline jumping all the time, right? But for us now, like stabilizing in our like highest frequency, changes are more intense. And the weight loss is linked to us accessing 5D consciousness now. We are meant to be light. We're coming back to our multidimensional self. And if the whole concept of you not realizing that you're not just human, but you actually have like, it goes way, way back. Like your multidimensional self, like there are parts of you that come from different planets, okay? And I'm probably not the first person to tell you that. If this is the first one that you hear it, what are you doing here? No, honestly, like then this is obviously like a specific activation for you that is probably gonna blow your mind and your consciousness from here on out. But we all have like starseeds origins, you know, like galactic family, like that's a thing. And with us now accessing like this high vibrational frequency, we're returning back to our like star seed given gifts and abilities. And that also means just like our bodies will be lighter, and you will probably also feel it just in the way that you move. What I noticed like personally, because this is all new to us, okay? So for our mind to catch up with how our bodies are now functioning, that's also like a thing. Because if you notice like you dropping a lot of things or running, like being very clumsy, this is not a coincidence at all. It's just your body is getting used to this new way of being. I know, believe me. Like when I connected the dots, like when spirit, like my guides were coming through and were like showing me the whole thing, I was like, what is this? Because you know how like in these like vampire movies, you know, like when they transition, they become like these like supermodels, like beautiful, like ethereal like beings. It's not too far-fetched from what we're currently going through. We're getting basically like beauty procedures just because we done the work. As a little, there you go, another additional gift. So let me know, have you noticed like differences in your physical appearance in particular? I can't even speak. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it. It's just like, yeah. So not only do we feel like within our environment, like truly like an alien, but we're starting to look like one. That sounds actually insane. Those that will get it, will get it. You know, like this is a safe space for all, for everything, you know? All the magic, all the things that, you know, before were like, I mean, just like conspiracy theories and everything, you know? We know better. Because we have access to the truth now. Like the veil that has been so strong, it's lifting for us and we can see clearly now. Which is freaking exciting, but also kind of like disturbing at the same time because we've never been here before. And just a little side note that I want to add, because like from what I've gotten like from yesterday's video, a lot of you guys being like, Tony, I am basically in the midst of like karmic cycles and everything, but I'm already doing the work and I'm aware what like spirit and our guides are just like really communicating heavily right now. They're like different stages, you know, of like collectives going through the shift, coming out onto the other side. What I can tell you now, the winter solstice that happened on, I believe like the 21st of December, that was your go point, which for like the majority of our collective here, we experienced with the start of summer solstice this year. So 6 months, you can honestly put a timer on, like put it on your calendar. In 6 months from now, summer solstice 2025, you're going to be completely another person. You're going to be on the other side, and then you're going to be able to relate to what I'm saying and I've been sharing to a whole nother degree. What I also encourage you to do, because that's also something that I realized, we are all new earth leaders in the making, already done, already, you know, experienced like in their mission, like different stages. But if you are in need of support, or you just want to basically experience firsthand what is waiting for you, or what it looks like to settle into like that very much new reality, like it feels trippy. It feels like a video game, because in the moment you're in your mind, you're like, what the fuck? There's no way that it's real. Like, I'm making this up. But no, it only takes a second to drop into the heart space, to access that knowledge, inner knowing, and then you're like, that is it. That is it. But if you're in need of like being surrounded by people that get you, you know, because we've been through it, feel free to check out the community space on Telegram. You have like a 11-day free trial, so there's actually like no point in not joining. Tomorrow we're gonna have our first weekly community Zoom call, which I'm looking forward so much, because this is where I'm gonna share a lot of like the vision that I received for the community, as I was sharing like in yesterday's video as well. So just listen to your inner guidance. Like, it's so funny because yesterday I was like very stern, like only those are allowed in, and now Spirit is like, actually this was mainly for you. I was like, what do you mean? Like Spirit was like, you needed to go over that hump of like trying to please everyone and just like really stand in your truth, and we wanted to see if you really could do it. I'm like, what the frick? So like these tests will continue to come up. That was just like a confirmation. I'm like, okay, fine. But Spirit is now coming through and being like, those that are obviously meant to be in it will be in it. That's like universal law. Like, we know how this works. So yeah, just putting it out there. Consider this an offering. And with that said, let's have some fun with the cards. This was such a weird channel, in the sense that I've never spoken so openly about alien stuff and our starseed origin, and how we're like all coming back home to that. I love that my dog just started barking. It's probably a message in itself as well. Yeah, they're obviously like distorted, and oh, thank you, Spirit. That's why. Thank you so much. What I also wanted to sprinkle in here, speaking of like distorted energies, like a lot of chaos around us, there's obviously a lot of, because with us shining so freaking bright right now, there are obviously like darker entities that would not like us to succeed in like fully stepping into our power and making our mission on earth that we're here, that we were always meant to carry out, to actually like do it. So spiritual protection, spiritual hygiene, so freaking important right now. I don't care if this is the first time that you hear about it. Listen to me. By yourself, Palo Santo or Sage. Cleanse your energy regularly. Take a lot of showers. Get rid of the energy that you picked up on when you were outside. make sure you get rid of that. What I always love to do, like first thing in the morning before I sit down to film, especially to make sure that we're protected, but also before going to bed, is like, not only am I calling my power back from like all entities, person, place, and situations that were never meant to be part of my energy, but I'm also wrapping my energy field in a bubble of white, protective, divine light. Honestly, just go with what intuitively feels right to you. Like, just connect to your guidance, like spirit, your spirit guides, like whatever you connect to with the most, and ask them to assist you in like wrapping yourself like in the bubble of white divine light. I'm telling you now, this will ensure that only like light of the highest Christ consciousness is allowed to go in, and anything else will be repelled. And that's what we want to, you know, make sure that we are able to like be very protected in our pillar of light at this time. So thank you, Spirit. Yeah, that was the one thing that I wanted to add as well. But now let's see if there's anything else that we need to know at this point in time. Spirit, please talk to us. What is it that we are in need to hear right now? Just one card. Ooh. Let's see. It's so foggy outside as well. Yep, I get it. That's nice. It's very foggy outside, so this also just like adds to like the cozy vibes that I'm picking up on. So if you also feel like kind of like the need to slow it down because the essential symptoms are like taking a toll on you, rest. Pour into self-care, pour into yourself. And what is coming through now from Spirit is, and I love this. Do you see? It's called the river and the mentor, and the river that's all about flowing with the current energies. And you know how to do it at this point. Today feels like rest, you rest. Today feels like taking action, take an action. Just move with the energies. Like, just let yourself be carried, you know, because you will be like seamlessly guided by the divine spirit, your guides, like, after all. So there's no need to stress. Also, if you're currently still like stuck in like karmic timelines, like cycles, whatever it is, the same goes for you. Like, don't forget, you are always guided, and you will always be put on a path, on a journey that suits you best and brings you the learnings that you need in order to progress. Like, there's no need to be in your mind space right now. There's no need to be in your mind space right now. Come back to your heart space. And with the mentor, that is just a reminder of Spirit, like, you're it. You are it. You are a new earth leader. You are meant to show the way. You are meant to create a foundation. You are meant to follow through on the mission that you've always known. I mean, your soul has always known that it's meant to carry out here. For you, like, the puzzle pieces are coming together at this time. But there's going to be a point where it's going to be so blatantly obvious to you that, obviously, this is my mission. Because, like, throughout your life, you've gotten, like, all these little clues. And there's going to be a point where you're, like, sitting back and you look at everything and you're like, Spirit, what the heck? You know, being, like, amazed by how, like, so many small, minuscule things all made such a beautiful masterpiece of the creation that you're putting out. So I freaking love this. But with this, I'm gonna wrap this message up here now. Let me know if it resonated. Let me know how you're experiencing these current energies. Also, but like the bodily changes and feeling like an alien, I genuinely want to have the comment section just flooded with like personal experiences, because I know it's pretty much out there and it can be kind of disturbing. Going through that in real time, being like, am I losing my mind? No, this is confirmation. You're not losing your mind. This is just all part of the process. So trust that. But with that said, have yourself a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day as always. And I cannot wait to see your beautiful face on one of my next upcoming videos, which is going to be tomorrow, because I'm posting every single day until the end of the year to show myself that I can do it and that I can hold myself accountable. So yeah, take care of yourself, and I love you very, very much. Bye-bye. that was really nice. This whole energy feels like the most severe personal rebranding you could ever imagine on all levels. So I don't know who I'm gonna be tomorrow. Do you know who you're gonna be tomorrow? I think no one of us does. But that is like also like the beauty of this whole process, like trusting in the unfolding to a degree where you're like, I don't need to know. I'm just trusting and I'm just flowing. I love that for us. I freaking love that for us. Okay, I'm gonna actually not speak anymore. Just wrap this up like really, really quickly. I know the outro is usually like longer, but I have nothing else to say. I'm just happy that you're here. And if you're currently still here, I mean, I know we had like the hour, I think like 2 days before, but with the mentor card coming out and Spirit really acknowledging us like, this is you. You're a leader. Own it. Act like it. Embrace it. It only feels right that, oh my god, that you comment a little owl emoji somewhere in your comment, if you feel called to comment, obviously. Don't comment if you don't feel called, but there might very well be an activation for someone else within the community as well. So don't forget, we're all walking each other home. If you get what I mean with home, you're the real ones. Okay, see you